Good analysis, bad execution. Let's jump right into the trades. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before I continue to review my trades today, I want to show you the dollar chart. The dollar chart, I think, was a key component of today's recovery on the markets. And if you don't come to the pre-market trading session, trading live streams, I think you should come. It's a pretty good analysis that we do pre-market. And this was one of the scenarios that we were looking for today. The dollar coming to this supply. And I said, if the dollar just come right back down from this supply, we will have a complete recovery in the equity markets. And that was what we had at the end of the day, right? We were down almost 2%, or I think the Nasdaq was around 2%. We ended up recovering the entire losses today, okay? So this is one scenario that we were talking about on the pre-market. I failed to execute based on this. I was taking longs in the equity markets here, which was good, but I was taking shorts right here, right? When the dollar was coming down. Okay, so that was not good. And I took 4 trades today. It was a very difficult day for me. I did not take good trades. Like the first one, I was trying a long trade right here. And a lot of people, like few people in the chat were commenting, okay, but you're against the trend. It's still going down. I can point out a few mistakes that I made in this trade, okay? But it was not going against the trend. That was not a mistake that I made right here. One mistake that I did here was this area was a overnight area. It was created during an Asia station, October 3rd, right? And I do not take overnights because they are uncertain. It's not that regular trading hours give me certainty, but they give me higher probability because of the volume, okay? So I was watching this area. I was very interested in this area, and ultimately it ended up working, but it went through a little bit. You see that? This is my entry and this is my stop, and this was the low of the day. So I got stopped out at the low of the day, okay? But what was my mistake? My mistake, you can call it FOMO or impatience. I think I was not patient enough for this setup. I was feeling that I could lose this setup if I don't engage right away. So that was one mistake that I made. And the second mistake that I made, it was not waiting for a zone to be created during the trading session, okay? I do have the ADQD coming right down, not coherent to my trade, actually on the negative side, very negative. But for the pullback continuation, I don't need the ADQD. As a matter of fact, it's going to be like this all the time. It's going to be very, very against me, okay? Whereas in the tick chart, I was having this divergence. See that? This low was created a lot higher in the equity market. And when we were hitting the low for the day, we were having a higher low right here. And this was the magic dollar. The dollar was hitting supply right here around 10 in the morning. If you see what time was this, at 10:30, the dollar was around 10:30 right here, 10:30. Okay. So I got stopped out here, very sad. I ended up just accepting the loss. And when it came back, right away, I made the decision to re-engage, right? Because everything was aligned. Yes, I could have. The zone probably was not at the best place, but it's very hard when you are trying to pick a bottom. That's the hardest part. The pullback continuation setup, I think, is the hardest setup to trade, but is the most profitable because this trade gave probably a 8 to 1 risk and reward ratio. Like the one that I took yesterday was a 5 to 1. Okay, and it kept going a little bit. All right, so my second trade was a break even, same area. I engaged the second time right here. So this is my first one. This is my second one. But this time I was protecting my money because the momentum was against me. So I was here 1 to 1, moved my stop break even, got out break even, and ended up working the trade. Okay, the dollar, the scenarios are the same. Now let's go to the crappy trades. These crappy trades obviously are 2 trades that I will try to analyze and try to avoid it because for a few reasons, right? Even though I did not have everything aligned, if you see here, I did not have the ADD coherent or the ADD on my side, and it's a tradable reaction. It's not a pullback continuation. Okay, it's a tradable reaction. So I did need the ADD and the ADQD coherent and on my side, which I didn't have it. But I still wanted to take this trade. As a matter of fact, I need to change this because I don't think this was a game type of trade, right? So I am putting here C game because I felt like I wanted to keep trading. Luckily for me, I do have a rule where I cannot lose more than 3, and I lost 3. And money wise, I just lost 2.5 because the last trade I cut it in half. So let's review this trade. Pretty bad trade. Limit order right here. Momentum was very strong to the upside. I got burned. The tick chart was not awful, but the ADQD was very, very much against me. Even though it was very negative, but it was against me very clearly. Okay. All right. The next trade, I think this one was the worst trade of all. I did have this supply where I even said it on the live stream. This is too tested. It's 1, 2. This was the area that we were trying to short in the morning that I did not take. It ended up working. But yes, it ended up working in the morning. But look how much is tested, right? And more than 50% of the area. So after you have this type of retest on the zone, I just like a very little wick like this one to activate my zone. And this type of retests are very, very dangerous. And I ended up losing the trade. Like, luckily I cut in half my position size. I ended up losing half of what I regularly lose. The worst part here was the execution, how I entered this trade. So I was all over the place. This after I took this trade, I stopped trading. I sat down. I was analyzing what I did, and it was so bad. Like, look at where my entry is right here. I didn't even have one tick on favor on profit. I mean, it was so bad, the entry. So I think this is a clear sign that I was not in my best state. I lost $600 today. The little bit good piece of news today is, like, if you guys see this square right here in the H1, I have a 14% win rate this week. I think I haven't had this much of a bad win rate this for a long time. I have losses. I have 6 losers in this week and just 1 winner. But the good news is my expectancy is still positive. I am pretty much break even for the week. But accounting for 6 losses and 1 winner, I think is not a bad average. Okay. Tomorrow I might come, depending on my mental state. Tomorrow I will come more cautious with lower risk, regain confidence. Remember, yesterday on my recap, I said, all right, I regained confidence, right? And then today, I lost it again. Why? Because I was overconfident. I took 2 trades that I probably did not analyze correctly. I just wanted to take them, and I gave money back, right? The good thing is that the risk and reward ratio carries me. Every time I win 4 or 5 times of what I risk. Helps me to keep my account afloat. I'm still positive for the month, right? The month is just starting. This is not a good sign for the week. 14% win rate is pretty bad. But I think I have an opportunity to analyze my trades, analyze myself, my attitude towards the market, put my ego aside, and show some respect to the market. And what I'm trying to do is that the market is very powerful. It can humble you in no time. Okay? So that's my reflection for today. If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing and share the video so we can grow the channel and help other people. See you tomorrow. Thank you, guys.